Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
Everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where it is what, Thursday?
Yes. Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. Yeah. Friday Eve.
Yay.
Except for everybody but me.
The choices we make, right?
I know, right? It's okay. But anywho, we are here today, and we have several special guests in the studio. Of course, our friend Miss Tanya is back, and one of our favorite guests of all time, Miss Mattie Walburn, is here. And Mattie...
I was the favorite guest of all time, just so you know.
Oh.
You said favorite guest of all time. That was just the conclusion of my introduction, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Miss Mattie, you've been here with so many hats on, so it's just been like funny to like have you here, and and it's fun to have Mattie around because she and her father and me grew up together. So
I was part of that.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
I know some things about your daddy too.
Yes, and Miss Tanya too. That's right. So
Yep, your dad's that old.
Oh, okay.
he's this old.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys don't look a day over 30.
Favorite person of the day.
This is why she's our favorite guest.
I'll here.
Thank you.
So, okay, were you the queen or princess of anything?
Heavens no.
She can't be here then.
Yeah.
Double wide trailer maybe, but
Oh, yeah. She probably doesn't know that song.
probably not.
Okay.
No queen of my double wide trailer.
I fear I do not.
It's okay.
It's
Okay. Don't fear that. Trust me. Don't
It's
fear
fine.
that. Yeah.
It was a song when we were growing
We were talking earlier that she was the horse queen.
Yes. And she said, and I said, well, you were the prom queen. And when Josie was here the other day, we were all talking about, and Kelsey from the chamber, she said she was a princess of something.
I was never ever.
And so I'm like, okay, this just keeps on going.
Yeah. Buck stops here.
I'll tell you what, you
Sorry.
can be the queen of HR, and we will buy you a crown.
Perfect.
There you go.
I did have a crown for my 50th birthday, but that's the only crown I've ever had on my head.
That's okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So we will all wear our crowns,
Yeah.
Sure.
like Miss Congeniality.
Don't That's good. I forgot all about that.
That did the meme from that just happened. The date, like what's your perfect date? It happened not that long ago. and
Yes, it's, what, April, whatever, because it's not
November,
too hot and it's not too cold. That's one of those movies that's timeless too. Like I bet you've watched that
Yeah, I've
movie
seen
like
it
100
before.
times. It's
Yeah.
like whatever.
Yeah.
We were talking about off the air. We were talking about shows that we all know and love, but are in today's world like so inappropriate, and how they continue to be like shown in syndication or whatever, like The Golden Girls and
The Office.
The Office. You said Glee,
Yeah,
right?
Glee. I just kind of started watching it. So
I've never seen that.
I love Glee.
You said there's
Glee.
some very inappropriate jokes.
There are some inappropriate situations, but here's the thing. That's the real world. Like, if you think about your high school days, at least ours anyway, that was kind of how we rolled. It just is.
You're just telling on yourself.
I
did nothing of the sort.
Whatever.
I don't know. You can ask Hayden back there. I was pretty boring in high school.
I was too.
In high school, like I didn't just graduate, but
I was gonna say what, like 7
like
weeks
days
ago.
ago.
a couple weeks ago. No,
That's okay.
sports just took up a lot of time.
No, that's true. And I think that when that happens, it is good because it does keep you out of a little bit of trouble. Like I was showing horses and things like that. And yeah, it kept me out of trouble, I think. Well, sort of. But
It did because she didn't get caught doing anything.
that's right. And I was the horse queen.
Yeah. Do you still have your crown? You still have your crown?
And your sash?
I do. It's in my car. I do not have the sash. I don't know where the sash is. But my mom found the crown still attached to my cowboy hat, and it is in my car.
I have 2 sashes because, like, when you're on court, you get a sash, and then when you become queen, you get a sash. So you can just flip mine inside out.
Like double sash.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll let me borrow your sash.
Yeah, you can borrow one of mine.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You're so sweet. So Miss Mattie is here wearing the hat of one of our great interns that we were talking about yesterday. So Tanya is back because she has kind of made it a point to, as we move on through the summer, we want to meet all of these great interns that we have here at Total Media that are doing a plethora of things. Right. And so Mattie drew the short straw, and she has to be here with us this morning.
Mattie was actually my first interview.
Yeah, was I?
Yeah. Mattie was my first interview for the street team crew. And then Camden came after that, I think. But Mattie was my first, and she was my first hire onto the street team as well. She started this past Monday. She had some basketball stuff that took priority, understandably. But she's jumped on board pretty quick, has caught up to everybody, I think. And do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've learned so far?
Yeah, so the first day I was here, we went outside and just worked on, like, setup. So I think, like, if make sure I'm describing this right, like, our job is to go out on site, like, at events throughout Jackson or just, like, surrounding areas, and set up for like the radio station and just set up like the soundboard and the live stream and stuff like that at events. And so I learned how to do that the other day, which was really fun. Thankfully I did media in high school, so like I have a little bit of like knowledge of stuff like that. So it was pretty cool to learn how to set everything up. And then we kind of just like brainstormed marketing ideas because like we're trying to get people to listen to certain radio stations or just any radio stations.
Draw them in.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's interesting, getting a youth perspective on that, as, you know, times are changing or have changed kind of toward more like streaming or just listening to whatever music on Spotify or
Pandora
or whatever it is. So, you know, are you a generation of radio listeners, or is it more like a streaming thing? And what were your ideas as far as, you know, getting people to listen to terrestrial radio?
Yeah, so I would say, like, just to answer that, like, I listen to the radio, I don't know, I'm like half and half. Like, it just depends. Like, sometimes I get in my car and I'm like, I just don't have anything I want to listen to. Like, I'll listen to the radio, like, stuff like that. But we really talked about, like, when we're at these events, like, we just need to get people interacting with us so they know, like, who we are, like, and what we do. So we talked about, like, giving away prizes or, like, doing something like if you're on the air and you're listening and you come tell us a code word or something, we'll give you a prize, like stuff like that to get them to listen, to get something. So like an incentive kind of thing. So that's kind of what we have been talking about. And we also kind of discussed like taking more of a social media presence a little bit, because that's what, I mean, if you want to reach to the younger generation, you know, they spend a lot of time on their phone. So doing more stuff on there. But yeah, I'd say streaming is more of a prominent thing now than ever. So.
Bless you, Dylan. Dylan just lost a lung over there. My God, you gave her whiplash, child. No, but you know, sometimes like for me, and I'm kind of the same way as you, sometimes I don't want to have to think about what I want to like. I just want to turn on the radio and hear like a local something in the news, and I don't want to have to choose what song I want to listen to. I just want somebody to throw it.
Make that decision for you.
Yes, just bring it on.
Sometimes you like hear a song, and you're like, oh, I forgot about this song.
Yeah,
because we were in there sitting in the radio station. He started playing Meghan Trainor, and I was like, I haven't heard Meghan Trainor in a long time. Like, this is good.
Because it's not something you would pick for yourself.
Yeah, no.
Let us pick it for you.
I guess she has a new album coming out.
That's what Matt was saying.
So yeah, and same thing. I was driving in. I'm like, I haven't heard this song in like a minute. I'm like, I love it though. I love Meghan Trainor. I think she's so cute. Where did she go?
I know.
In the studio, making another radio or making another record.
Yeah.
And she has 2 kids now.
Oh.
So
Dang, she been busy.
she also has. They're so cute though. One of his name is Riley, and he has red hair because she married the guy off Spy Kids. Did you ever? That might have been.
Yeah, that was after our time.
Oh, it was during my kids' time.
Oh, yeah.
I was say it was like before me, but like I watched it just because like my sister. But
Okay.
he's so cute. His name's Riley, and he's like a little redhead, and he wears those like glasses, not like real glasses, like the ones that babies wear.
Yeah.
He's so cute. He's really cute. But she's really popular on TikTok right now.
Is she?
So that's how I've seen her.
The TikTok.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, what do y'all think about? So, your generation, you just graduated high school.
Yep.
Along with Hayden over here. And Dylan graduated a year ago. And we're old.
I graduated. It just wasn't a
We
year.
graduated a few years ago. What are the social media platforms that your generation really like get their teeth in?
Yeah, I would definitely say TikTok is like one of the top ones just because, like, I don't know, it just kind of got viral during COVID and then it hasn't really gone away. I think it can have a bit of a negative effect. Like, that's like one of the only social media platforms I use, and I just try and like limit myself, like set a time limit for myself. But other than that, like,
it just goes,
yeah,
right? Like,
Well, and quite honestly, the attention span of today's youth
Kids
is about as
today.
long as a TikTok clip.
yes.
And no offense whatsoever,
No,
but
yeah,
that
it's
we
okay.
have trained you as a society to have that
sure.
long of a attention span. So
yeah. I like to think that I'm not as addicted to my phone as some, but yeah, TikTok's definitely the worst one. And then a lot of people use Snapchat. Like, we don't text that much. Like, we just snap each other. Or, like, we text on Snapchat. I don't know. It's weird.
Why
Like,
is that, though?
I don't know. It's just,
Because doesn't it disappear?
yeah, if you don't save them, it does.
I see. This is
So that's
okay.
probably why some kids do it. I mean, I don't.
I have
ever-
Snap just because my daughter makes funny faces with her kid and sends them to me. Like that's the only
Right,
reason I have
exactly.
Snap.
No, here's my problem with Snapchat. I'm old and I forget things. So someone will like send me a snap and then I'll be like, what did they send me last night? I can't even remember. And it's gone.
Yeah. If it's like a serious conversation, I text. Like, I still text. But, like, if it's with my friends and we're just, like, talking about, like, something, like, nonchalant, like, I'll just.
How
send it
often
on
do you
Snapchat.
go, hey, how you doing?
Believe it or not, I like to call more than text. So I do call my friends a lot, but most of my friends prefer to text me. And that's fine. But, like, actually,
They're like, she's calling again.
but I FaceTime the most. Like, I'll just randomly FaceTime my friends at, like, random times of the day.
Oh, that's cute though.
So, like, so that's what I do. I mean,
Who wouldn't want to see that face?
I know,
all the minutes of every day.
my friends when they're busy.
Right.
They're going to be keeping you busy all summer. So they're going to be calling
Yeah.
you and you're going to be like,
Where did you go?
ignore.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm working.
I'm doing important things here on the radio. So, no, I think that's really cool. And so, did you ever go to Disney growing up?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you remember?
My senior trip was at Disney.
Really?
I had breakfast with Goofy. Yeah. And I was on the Big Red Boat when it was the Big Red Boat.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Way back when? A few years ago. So, but here's the thing, and Mattie doesn't remember this because she hasn't lived in a generation where it happened, but at Disney and Epcot and whatever, they had
Universal.
they had this ride, and it was called, at Disney, they had the Carousel of Progress. And it was like this futuristic, like, it took you through like what we would hope to do someday.
Yeah.
And one of them was like video chat. I remember it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, and being like, that is never going to be a thing. Are you kidding me? Where,
Yeah.
And it like, I mean, it was like space people. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it looked real futuristic, like the Jetsons. But it was people like talking.
During the headlights, the Jetsons.
The Jetsons? Who?
Yeah, it
You
was
know who
like
the
his
Jetsons
family?
are?
Mm,
Oh, for the love of God,
Guys,
pull
I'm
up the Jetsons.
I
You know Dylan? Yeah, I know the Jetsons. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I know working with you
I
for
know
a while.
I know the Flintstones.
Okay, same genre.
Same era.
They were the
Okay.
futuristic
Okay.
Flintstones, and they had
So
like
it's just like,
Rosie. It was their robot, and
oh,
they lived in outer space.
if I see a picture, I might know what you're talking about.
George
Judy Jetson, George Jetson,
Okay, I think I might know.
What was the dog's name?
Astro.
Yes, Astro.
As far as Disney World goes, though, I love Disney World. I mean,
But I bet they don't have
ne-
a carousel of
yeah,
progress
I've never-
anymore.
I
We
because-
should, because I'd like to see what they think is going to look, what it's going to look like in like 20 years.
Or does the
25 years.
carousel of progress still exist at Disney? Does it?
I don't know. Does it?
So
really?
what's on it now? Because obviously the things that
The final scene is actually pretty current to what we have now.
So they need an
They
update.
haven't changed
like
it.
Alexa type of appliances and
so they really haven't changed it then.
VR gaming, things like that.
It's crazy. So basically,
So
So
we're
they can't-
stuck right here. Does that mean it's going to be
Even
the end of times? Like,
Disney
this is it?
cannot predict now what we're going to be
we
doing.
need the Simpsons. Aren't the Simpsons the ones that predict a bunch of stuff? Isn't that the show that?
The Simpsons? Yes, Bart.
Look at her. Look at her.
I know you know.
Not too
The smartest intern ever. She's like,
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're gonna get them all.
Sorry,
They're
Hayden.
all gonna turn on me.
So tell us a little bit about what's happening Saturday for you.
Oh, Saturday. Okay, so Saturday's a busy day for us. I think most of us are doing both of the events. So in the morning, I believe it's 11 to 2. We have an event at the Boba Hut in Jackson, over close to Northview. And we're gonna be there with we're gonna have our setup, and I think we're planning some, like, I don't know. I think we decided maybe some trivia, or there was something we said that we were gonna
Taste test?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were gonna do some taste testing and some TikTok. We're gonna get a TikTok review of some of the drinks and stuff like that. And then later that night, I think it starts at 7, or we have to get there at 7. I think it maybe starts later than that. We have
30 to 10 is
it's
the parade.
8:30 to 10. Yeah. And we have the truck parade in Chillicothe down. It's just downtown, right? Downtown Chillicothe.
Over by Yaktangi Park.
Yeah, and we'll be set up there, and that's where we're planning on doing, like, the listen to the radio, get a prize type of thing, and we'll have some other interactive things there too. So it'll be a fun day, but it'll be.
So Saturday morning, our Matt McKee, our morning
Mm-hmm.
crew guy, is doing a live remote at the Boba Hut.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the 96.7 station. So the kids the street team's going, I gotta stop that. The street
kids.
team.
The young ladies and gentlemen.
They're going to go
graduates
with
now.
Matt. That's right. They're going to go over with Matt that morning, set up, get him live, get him broadcasting. They're going to be doing some interacting with the radio listeners to come into Boba Hut. They'll do some one-on-ones with the customers that are already there. The TikTok taste test should be pretty interesting.
Yeah. I've never had boba before, so.
I haven't either. Everyone keeps telling me to try it, and I haven't. Is it the one where it has like the little
Juice balls.
the little
Yeah.
thingy-mabobbers
We
in
should, like, collaborate with the Boba Hut and get a Total Media drink.
Oh,
Someone said that. I don't remember who said that.
see, they're brilliant children.
At our thing the other day. It might have been
Look at them.
Camden.
Brilliant
Thinking.
street team,
Yeah.
young adults.
I don't remember who said
Help it.
We are. At this point, like, the adult age should just be 21, because, like, the only thing you
I didn't
get.
even think then.
Because, like, most
Yeah,
of our.
18 sucks.
Like, I'm allowed to say. I'm allowed to say
19's
this.
worse because
say-
you really get nothing.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say this because I'm part of this generation, but I don't think we should be allowed to vote yet, because some people are not educated on, like, our justice system, or fell asleep in government class.
Probably one of the most intelligent things I've ever heard an 18-year-old say.
I mean,
What am I looking for? I exercise my right to vote, but I know a lot of kids just don't care. So, like, just wait 21? Because
here's
everything
the
else
thing,
is 21.
if you're not you are choosing like the leader of the free world, and you're 18 years old but you can't have a beer, like, so which is it? I mean, we trust you with that, but we don't trust you to, like, buy cigarettes or something. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, none of it makes any sense to me.
The only thing at 18 is, like, go to jail, buy a lottery ticket, or join the military. I mean, you can
Oh,
vote.
the options.
I mean,
What order?
but I don't know. I just think that I actually saw a video about it the other day, and this girl was like, "At this point, just make the adult age 21." And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
I mean, because again, they've moved up, like, tobacco. They've moved up a lot of things to 21, but then I guess they've reduced some stuff. Like, for example, COVID did a few good things, but in the state of Ohio, for some reason, to be a restaurant server and carry a drink, you had to be 19. Where does 19 come in? It should be 18 or 21. Like,
Yeah.
I can make that argument. I can't make 19.
'Cause I know you can like sell closed like beer at 18.
Why don't we just nip it in the bud? And
Now
no teenagers can be adults yet. Like 20 is the number.
there are
Why 21? Why didn't we just go with 20?
agree.
Yeah.
Nice round number. You've gotten into that.
No
second
longer
decade.
a teenager.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
been practicing the adult stuff because you're out of high school.
Yeah.
So
The
you've
only
got
thing I
2
think
years of
is-
practice.
Well, they did change it to 18. That was my point.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
during
okay.
COVID, they
Oh, okay.
finally like did like updated some liquor laws. But I'm like,
Yeah.
where are we getting 19? Like,
Yeah.
I think the only good thing, the only like important one is 18 for the military, because I know a lot of kids come out of high school and go to the military, and so I think that's one of the only things that I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I think. But.
no, I think 20. 20 makes sense.
20 is
to
a good
me.
number.
What do you think about? Okay, here's one. Because when you're 16, you think you're so old and responsible to drive. What do you think about 16-year-olds driving? Looking back, I think it's a horrible idea. But when I was
Yeah.
16, I thought I was like,
For me, like it was just great because then my parents didn't have to drive me to like all my practices and stuff. So I just feel
A
like
very, very, very busy 16-year-old, 17-year-old.
yeah.
18-year-old. Yeah.
But aren't there 16-year-olds out there that you're like, oh my God, they gave him a license? Are you kidding me?
I'm that way with 26 years old.
I'm friends with a lot of sophomores about to be juniors, and so they all got their license this past year, and I was like, all right, everyone stay off the sidewalks, like, but they,
The joke becomes a literal.
yeah, but I think like, I don't know, it's half and half because there are some kids that like take it seriously, like, no, this could be dangerous if I don't take it seriously.
should be more than a year-long process. I really do.
I think that definitely the classes should be required in person rather than on the computer, because I know a lot of kids just let the time run
when
out.
we were
So
driving.
we, a few years ago, when we were 16, had to actually literally go and sit at like
In a
AAA or whatever.
Yeah.
And like we had to go to, it was a long time too. And they had made you watch these.
I'm gonna say it was like 10 weeks.
It was forever.
If you're 18 and you get your license, you don't even have to do those classes. You
We
can
didn't
just,
either. Like
no, yeah, I
we
don't think
didn't
that was
either.
a thing either. But if you
I
were
think that's also.
this dumb
scary.
16-year-old, by God, on my 16th birthday, and then there's like a lot of your generation that doesn't even want their license.
That blows my mind.
I know.
I'm okay with
my
it.
16th birthday, I was standing in the DMV,
Hair
like
big,
big
ready to go.
hair.
Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some of my friends that don't have it yet, and I'm just like I don't know, like just for me, like I just wanted it so I could listen to my own music and
You
like
be
feel like I was
independent. Like, go to the store if you want to.
But like I get it
And
a
I
little
think
bit
it's
too.
a good. I think it's a good way to start instilling some independence, but in smaller portions, because
Yeah.
you are driving a death machine.
Yeah.
And
Very much.
and the concept of how easy it is to lose a life or take a life behind the
needs to
wheel
be, I
is
feel like,
not drilled in.
A little bit more instilled into them.
Let's practice being responsible. So you
you
have
could-
daytime hours only for 6 months. Then you can go
Yeah.
an hour
Agreed.
after dark for
Yeah.
6. Like,
And
it
there
needs
are
to be a
laws
process.
about that, but
You do
There are.
have-
they don't really.
But nobody pays
nobody-
attention to them.
So you're saying that you didn't have to go like to AAA and sit in the classroom and do
Well, no, she was a COVID driver, right?
I was. Yeah, I was.
So
You're right,
everything
sorry.
they couldn't go into the classrooms.
Yeah, I did it online. It was just.
And then isn't it you have to drive with your parents for so many hours? Like,
Yeah. I
and
think it's
parents
like
could just
50 or
lie.
something.
Well, most of, I mean,
Like, what parent wants to go have their kid drive them around for 50 hours?
the
or
parent that
whatever?
wants to make sure that the child doesn't go off the side of the road.
I
at
did just because
65
I went to
miles an hour.
I went to so many things. So like I
You
probably
just drove there.
Yeah.
That
It
makes
was
sense.
crazy to me though how many of my friends never drove on a highway until recently. Like a couple years after getting their license, because I had to, because I live far out. But like my friends that live in town, they go to school and they stay in town, and they're like, I don't want to drive up to your house because it's on the highway, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that you don't really drive on a highway. That's crazy.
That's
to me,
so
too.
weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like learning a second language, highway to streets.
That was one of
city
my
streets.
things that
Yeah.
my mom did. I remember was like, we're going to Chillicothe. You're going to drive, and you're going to drive on Bridge Street, and you're going to do. And I mean, I
Yeah.
freaked out the first time I did it because there was like multiple lanes. I'm like, I don't know where I'm
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah.
to be. I'm freaking out. And then, like,
The only thing that I really didn't pay a lot of attention to when I was teaching my kids how to drive is doing the back roads. Like, I didn't want them comfortable with back roads.
Yeah.
So we stayed.
heck, we
city
were driving
streets
on
and-
back roads.
I know.
When we were like
I
10,
know.
So
And I remember what it was like to be 16 or 17 years old with a driver's license and no way to GPS where my vehicle is.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah. I've been recently, because I'm going to Otterbein, I've been having to drive to Westerville 2 nights a week because there's open gyms. My parents have been making me drive, which like I want to drive anyway, but they like, we're going with you the first few times, make sure you can do it. But like now I have to drive up there by myself Sunday night.
And Westerville's rough because it's on the north end of Columbus. So you can get to Columbus in an hour and 15 minutes.
you can't get around Columbus. in
But
under
then to
an hour
get
and
from the south end to the north end, it's
Yeah.
another half hour.
I just stay on 270. I go on the outer belt. I don't go into.
That's smart.
71's a nightmare. 315 right now.
It's
is
always a
nightmare.
nightmare.
There's construction bad
all the time. Yeah,
so.
all the time.
And once but no, stay on the 270 route. Number one, it's probably just as fast. And then you can avoid all the construction.
I say it ends up
That
being the
headache
same
anyway.
because of the construction. So
Yeah. And
It's the other people.
you don't have
Always the
people-
other people you have to pay attention to.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
on 71 or 315 and people are whipping in and out. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're just rude.
Lydia
defensive driving.
drove to Columbus. Now Lydia is 20. She'll be 25. Never driven in Columbus. Had no desire to, and I wasn't going to make her. She had to do clinicals at OSU this winter.
315
And I'm like,
it is.
Mama is not getting up at 4:00 in the morning and driving your hind end to Columbus so you can do a clinical.
So figure it out.
Yeah. So she did. I mean, we did a couple trips together, and then she was fine.
Yeah.
But it's just that, oh my gosh, like all the other people, we have drilled in our kids' heads. It's the other people. It's not that I don't trust you driving. I don't trust other people driving.
It's like motorcycles. Like,
Don't even
you
get
know,
me started.
you
on
don't look for motorcycles. It's not,
yeah.
I mean, you have to like
It's
consciously
seasonal.
look
It's
for
seasonal.
motorcycles.
Why would you? Yeah, it's not something.
It's not the motorcycle rider. It's typically somebody that isn't looking for a motorcycle.
right.
Yeah.
But
Wow, we just killed 30 minutes.
we did pretty good.
Anything else you want to talk about internship wise?
Yeah,
I
what do you
have
wanna-
HR stuff to do.
What do you want to talk about, Maddie?
What are you looking forward to most during this internship?
Oh, definitely just like getting more experience for sure. Like I've always loved being in like media and stuff like that. So getting to learn more about that. But I think more than that, like just getting to reach out to people in the community that I wouldn't normally get to talk to, because I'm in like throughout high school, like I was in sports and band and media and stuff like that. But like there's some other community members that I just don't get to interact with, and I think that this will be a good way for me to do that and just kind of like make those connections. So I'm excited about that too.
What's your major?
Criminology. So it's kind of not, I don't know.
No,
I mean, it
Because-
can relate because
Yeah.
I assume you're going to maybe investigations,
Yeah.
and are you looking more on the scientific side of investigating, or?
Because you're going to have to talk to people and you're going to have
Yeah.
those social skills and the people skills and all that. So
Yeah.
all of this is invaluable. It really is.
Yeah. I think my plan right now is to kind of go into like criminal investigation, detective stuff. So I'll have to be like a police officer for a couple years first. And
Highway
then
Patrol, go Highway Patrol.
highway patrol.
Absolutely.
They would love to have you.
Highway Patrol is where it's at.
Yeah.
I promise.
All right. You'll just see me sitting in the median. Don't speed by me or anything.
From what I understand, you don't just sit in the meeting.
I don't think so. I mean, I have seen that happen, but I don't think that's the whole job.
I know. I was
I'm
just
sure that's
kidding.
what they're really doing is just sitting.
No, yeah.
They got all
probably
these
not.
really cool computers and gadgets. And
Yeah.
They do.
That'd be cool.
Have you seen the video when we went out and toured the Highway Patrol open house and whatever? It was so fun.
That's
So Trooper Hutton got Tawana. We got in this new, and it was like a what's the word? Like a spec Highway Patrol car. No, that's not it. Like it was one they were trying out.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know what. I can't think of what the word was for that.
ask me to think for you because I'm not.
She was so funny too because she's like, I don't know how to work anything in this thing because it was like a new situation. So we were laughing so hard because we were just like hitting buttons, and I was like, how do I turn the siren on? She's like, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
No, it's so fun. They
cool
got all
stuff,
these
yeah.
gadgets and
I definitely want to go into something like that. I want to work in a bigger city. Like DC is my dream place to work.
Oh, nice.
That would be cool, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. Got 4 years of college before that.
she'll be
you
in
go.
Secret Service. I can see it now, protecting the president.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not doing it.
Right? Exactly. That's for all you youngins to do.
Well, as you go through the next 4+ years, please keep us posted. That's one of the things that I like to do as an employer with our interns. And like I said yesterday, not very many high school interns have I had to deal with. But I'm so excited as we get to get them at the ground level to see where they go and what they do. And please, please, please keep reaching out.
I will.
Come see me every summer if you're needing a job.
We can't get rid of her. It's fine.
Nope.
You'll get tired of me.
We'll make you the total media princess.
Oh, she already has the crown and sash.
Yeah.
We don't have to buy
We
one.
can just go right back to Zip and have them make us one.
That's true.
There you go.
Good point.
I know. I was like, I need my shirt, and I was like, oh, it's in the same building. I forgot. I was like,
yeah, this is total media. One-stop shop. I love that. All right, well, Miss Tanya, get out of here. You have
Thank you,
another
guys.
appointment.
I'll see you later on this afternoon.
yes.
Okay. Great.
So,
Thank you so much, guys.
be gone with you.
Bye.
You can scoot to the middle if you want.
Okay. Oh, a rolly chair. That's not good.
The roll. Oh yeah, she.
That happened last time too.
Don't do this. No. So no, this will be fun. You'll have. You'll get a lot of experience. You'll have a lot of. Because in playing sports, I was just thinking about this. A lot of people come to see you, but you don't get to interact the other way.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people know who you are and know your teammates and all of that stuff from sports they've watched, but they haven't gotten to know you on a personal level. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to just. I mean, I could talk for hours. So I mean, if you start talking to me, you might be stuck. But I'm excited to just get to.
Is this why she's the young equivalent of Jen? Dylan said that yesterday. Maddie's like the young equivalent of you. I was like, oh God. Basically, it's because we blab too much.
Yeah. Well, we just
saying.
have a good time on
Yeah.
here. You know, talk about some fun things. So.
Yeah, we talked about Taylor Swift one time, and
Yeah, I think that was when Cindy and Karina were here with us. Yeah. We talked about Taylor Swift. Yeah. Not much about her recently. Apparently, it's almost her 100th show, though. It's about to be her 100th show. I was informed.
Someone was telling me, and have you heard this or have you not heard this, that there was like this big scandal, and I didn't see it, but someone was saying there was like this scandal that she had like a little pooch the other day on her belly, and that someone was saying she was pregnant, and then someone was like she was just bloated and gaining weight or whatever. I'm like,
I did not see anything about that. That's crazy.
And I'm like, okay, number one, as much as she dances around, she isn't gaining weight. So if she does have a pooch and whatever, then
I don't know. I have not heard that. That's crazy. I feel like though, I think people maybe are probably just looking a little too much into it.
Yeah, I think people are literally looking for something to talk about with her because there's nothing right now.
Yeah.
Other than she's touring.
Yeah, they think she's gonna drop her new the remake of Reputation soon, her Reputation album. So I don't know. I think that the Swifties just get their hopes up a little too much, and then
I think so. They just need something to talk about. So, are you what? Why is he giving us the finger?
I don't know.
Yeah, remember that's how we tell you there's an ad.
No, I'm just messing with you, Dylan. I know exactly what you're doing. I just want you to keep doing that for a minute and act like I don't know why he's giving me the finger. It's this one.
Yeah, he's going like this.
I think that means we need to shut up and play an ad, and then we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a new show on Main Street TV, The Roundup with Red Thompson. This young man sitting beside me is about to become a professional actor. If you're not familiar with the play Tecumseh, it is a regional tourism draw. There he is. He's a famous Shawnee Indian chief, and they do a play about him in Chillicothe. We're going to introduce our guest, Grayson and Shelley Reynolds. And this Grayson Reynolds, he is going to be in that play. And tell us about how it all started, how you got to be in Tecumseh, and what you're going to be doing in it.
So, I've just been watching it for a few years, and then we saw it pop up on the internet, and we just took the opportunity to see if we could do it.
And you beat out over 50 kids?
Yes.
Tell us what they wanted you to do when you got there.
Well, so if you wanted to, you could sing a song. Then you could say a piece. They would type something on a piece of paper and give it to you to say in front of them really loudly.
Oh, wow. And
mine was saying an Indian's name, Notha Notha.
Notha. Now, is that, and you're going to play the son of an Indian chief, right?
We think. We don't know for sure.
But you're going to find that out later. But
Yes.
Now, you have ridden horses for a long time.
Probably about 2 years.
By yourself, he's rode for 2 years.
And tell us about your horse.
Her breed is a Pasofino, and her name is Pumpkin.
Oh, wow. You say you lived in the West for a while, in Wyoming.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was really cool.
Is that where you got the horses, the love of horses?
I liked them before, but kinda. Yeah, a little bit.
Did you teach him to ride?
Yes. He's been around horses since he's been born.
Okay. And what took you guys to Wyoming? Did you always, is that just something you wanted to do, or is that a job, or?
Yeah, we went out. My husband actually during COVID lost his job as a log buyer. They ended up shutting his part of the job down.
Mm-hmm.
So we seen an opportunity to go out west, and we kind of went out there, and as soon as we got there, we got a job on a ranch.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it was really awesome.
Have you, so playing in this play, kind of tell us about, how excited you are, and you told me what all you're going to get for doing this job here, and you told me about some of the prizes you're going to get. Why don't you go over that?
I am really excited to do this, and I will get paid, but
You're going to get some coupons to go to some of the restaurants, and where's the really cool place they're going to take you?
I get to go to Kings Island.
Kings Island. Wow. How about that? And have you been there before?
No.
Oh, well, they've got an Eiffel Tower that's really high, and all kinds of rides, and you're going to have a fun time there. And so you going to tell us a little bit what you think you'll be doing. You say you're going to be riding a horse.
And then in the wedding, so I will be an Indian and frontiersman. That's what we think.
Yeah,
so
what
far.
we think so far. Yep.
Wow. And was you nervous trying out against all those other kids?
Yes, I was really nervous. Big time. But I managed to get through.
Wow. So riding a horse really paid off for you.
Yeah, big time.
What's your favorite subject in school?
History.
Well, you're in the right place. The 1800s, a lot of unsettling time, the War of 1812, all that's covered in the play. And the chief was a fierce warrior. And you tell us you got to meet the gentleman from California that's going to be playing the chief.
Yes, I saw him, but I don't know his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they get actors from all over
Like California,
to come in.
everywhere.
And you say the actors live on the premises, you said?
Yeah, they live there
In cabins.
in cabins on
like
Tecumseh.
in the back.
Oh, so, and how many shows a week will you be doing?
He's 2 on and 2 off.
Yeah.
2 on and 2 off.
And he starts, the Tecumseh starts June 14th, but he starts June 15th.
Oh, okay. And how long does it run? Does it run till September? Or just
Yeah, it's from June 14th to Labor Day. And then they'll do a Halloween show after that.
You know, tickets, you know, over there at the Tecumseh, it's a great chance to come out and see some of our kids getting a chance to really express themselves and really, and Shelley, this really adds to his education, I would think. We talk about blended education a lot, and this is a chance for him to learn a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we try to, we think it's really important for him to be able to talk in public and to, you know, just experience things like this. And he loves history, so we thought this was a great opportunity for him. And he likes to still play pretend, and he gets in, like, full costume, whatever he's doing. So we thought he would love this. And he loves cowboy stuff, so.
Now I taught the weeping willow how to cry, and I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears that I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Well, I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it tore me up every time I heard her draw a southern drawl. Then I heard my dream went back downstream to Vorton in Davenport, and I followed you, big river, when you called. Then you took me to St. Louis later on down the river. Afraid her said she's been here, but she's gone, boy, she's gone. I followed her trail down to Memphis, but she just walked up the block. She raised a few eyebrows and then she went on down alone. Now won't you bat it down by Baton Rouge, River Queen, roll it on. Won't you take that woman on down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Oh, go on, I've had enough, done my blues down the Gulf. She loves you, big river, more than me. Now I taught the weeping willow how to cry, 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 and I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears that I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die.
And that's Cyrus Chester opening the second part of the Roundup. And with Johnny Cash's big song, Big River, that comes from, I think, his Sun Record days, and when he was first starting out his career. And Cyrus, welcome to the Roundup.
It's good to be here.
And tell us about, you've told me before that your grandpa was a big influence on your music, and tell us about those days and how you developed a love for this kind of music.
Well, a lot of my family, my great-grandpa, who I actually never got the chance to meet, his name was Bill Crow. Him and I don't know if you ever knew him or heard of him, but J.R. Cox, they were good friends, and they always played bluegrass music together. Like them and my dad and my grandpa, like all of them, they'd all get together and just like get together, play bluegrass for hours and just like hang out and have fun, that kind of thing. And well, this guitar actually belonged to one of my grandpa's good friends. His name was Walt Byers, and he passed away when I was around 5 or 6 years old, but this was the guitar that he always played with them. It's a 1969 Martin D28, and he could play guitar. Like I've heard that he was like probably the best like rhythm guitar player that my dad and my grandpa ever knew, and he could play the banjo, he'd play the mandolin, all that he was apparently just one of the best at all of those. I can't imagine it's hard enough for me to learn this one. I'm sort of playing mandolin, my hands are a little bit too big. And that banjo, it's just something else entirely.
I know that's a different instrument.
Oh yeah, different breed. But yeah.
You play in a lot of karaoke contests, and we saw you at the Wild Turkey Festival, and tell us about that experience and some of the other venues you played at in your growing career.
See, the Turkey Festival, I believe this year was my 4th year of doing it. It's something that I always wanted to do. Well, I never used to do karaoke or like sing out that much by myself, but when I was a freshman in high school, we always did, and this is around the same time I started learning guitar. I started learning when I was probably in 8th grade, like early freshman year. But in choir class on Fridays, they would always have people go up and do karaoke. They'd play it over the speakers and have like someone go up and just sing by themselves. And at the time, I was just learning guitar. I didn't really know. I knew 3 chords, and I figured out how to play Wagon Wheel, so I went and I did that one.
Well, 3 chords is all there is.
Oh, yeah. That's all you need. That's all you need.
That used to be that used to be the old country style.
Oh, yeah.
Chords.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we got a lot of good stuff out of them 3 chords, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, any of you connoisseurs out there of old country music will know this. That was Hank Williams' line. That 3 chords is all you need, and so. But we really know there's a lot more. But we just love those 3-chorded songs, and that they're really classic. Now, did you play? Were you in any of Miss Henderson's presentations at Benton County High?
Oh yeah, I did it all 4 years. My freshman year, I actually had. It was a fairly big part for someone who hadn't done the. Well, actually, if you want to get technical, my first musical that I did for with Miss Henderson, I was in 1st grade. They did The Wizard of Oz, and I was a snowflake. Yeah, I had to dance around in a little snowflake costume to go across the stage with this big kind of goofy fake smile, and where they're in this. It's like the one where they're in the poppy field falling asleep. But yeah, that was, and then my freshman year, I was the mayor of Whoville in Seussical, which unfortunately, that was right when the pandemic started.
Uh-oh.
And we got canceled during Tech Week, which is the week of the musical. So we never actually got to perform that one. And and sophomore year, we ended up having to, because we lost a lot on that because we couldn't do the show, and we'd already spent all the money on costumes and everything else. So we ended up doing this little, it was kind of like a mashup. It had a bunch of medleys of songs from different decades. It was called the 20th Century Celebration, had songs from the 1900s all the way up to the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was just this long, continuous sort of it was a really neat experience. It was different. Mm-hmm. And then we got back up around the usual place my junior year, and we did Beauty and the Beast, and I played Cogsworth, who's the clock, and that was a lot of fun. And trying to fit through those doors backstage, I had to wear this ridiculous giant clock costume, and oh my goodness, it was so hot in there. I kept an ice pack down the back of my shirt. It was something I had.
So you were the clock. I took a picture of the clock.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And, here's Cyrus again with another number.
In a little cabaret in a South Texas border town sat a boy and his guitar, and the people came from all around, and all the girls from there to Austin were slipping away from home and putting jewelry in the hawk to take the trip to go and listen to the little dark-haired boy that played the Tennessee flat top box and he would play. Well, he couldn't ride or wrangle, and he never cared to make a dime, but you give him his guitar, and he'd be happy all the time. And all the girls from 9 to 90 were snapping fingers, tapping toes, and begging him don't stop, and hypnotized and fascinated by the little dark-haired boy that played the Tennessee flat top box, and he would play. Then one day he was gone, and no one ever saw him round. He'd vanished like the breeze, and they forgot him in the little town. But all the girls still dreamed about him and hung around the cabaret until the doors were locked. And then one day on the hit parade was a little dark-haired boy that played the Tennessee flat top box, and he would play.
All right, and the Cyrus Chester doing an old Johnny Cash song, and then Roseanne cut that later on.
Yes, she did.
Tell us how people can get a hold of you if they wanted to book you for a show.
Well, my email is just all lowercase chestercyrus@gmail.com. Phone number if anyone wants to shoot me a text or call me 740-978-8231.
All right, and we're back. Thank you, Red, for giving us that video. We really appreciate it. Fun to hear about Tecumseh. It was never been, but one of these days I'll make it. Weather forecast. So it is looking very, very warm for especially on your Father's Day, Sunday. Yeah, don't forget Sunday's Father's Day.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget.
We got him a gift already, so
Okay. Yeah, Sunday's Father's Day.
Dylan forgot.
Do not forget. Hey, I can help you out. You can take him to 6 Cents Brewing because we're doing all kind of cool Father's Day stuff on Sunday. I'll save you. Okay. Really good food. But today is Thursday, June 13th. Can you believe that already?
Wow.
Sunny skies, highs of 87. So get your flowers watered. Make sure you check on all your friends and neighbors and your pets and all that stuff. Tomorrow, on Friday, a little bit cooler, but that chance of rain popping back in, about 20% chance. And then Saturday, not too bad with highs of 83. Then this is when it starts. Beginning of your work week, your Father's Day starts with highs of 92. They're saying that heat index could get up past 100. So please be very, very careful out there as your beginning of the work week rolls around, because it is going to be a scorcher. So, all right, we are back, and Miss Mattie is still here with us. We didn't let her go.
Yeah, I'm still here. I don't know if you guys are happy about that or not, but
I'm happy about it. We always have fun. Miss Mattie Walburn, and she is an intern here with us at Total Media this summer, so we're so happy to have her here. And so, Hayden, did you get that video edited? Because I just remembered the one I sent you.
oh, yeah, this is really cool.
Okay, the coolest thing happened yesterday. So Jamie and I had to go to Groveport yesterday, and we're driving up the highway. We're driving up 23, and I don't know if you've ever seen anything like this or not. I hadn't in all of my, few years here on the planet. Mm-hmm. Jamie's like, that plane is moving so fast, and I'm like, that's not a regular plane. That's like a military aircraft.
Yeah.
And I was like Top Gun stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on? And we're driving up 23, and it's just like whizzing over our heads back and forth and so low. And we're just like, and it's so loud, like, and we're like, oh my God. And he's like, I'm going to wreck. I keep watching this. Like, it's
Yeah.
so cool. And so we get into Groveport and we stopped at this restaurant. We were dropping off some beer samples and having lunch, sitting out on the patio. And it's right by Rickenbacker Air Force Base, which is really fun. And the next thing I know, here come like 6 jets in this really crazy formation right over our heads, like so low. And I'm like, I mean, it's like it's deafening. It's so loud. And I'm like, okay, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And so we were asking the server because we were sitting outside and she's like, I said, does this happen all the time? She's like, no, they're practicing there's an air show this weekend and they're practicing. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, honestly, I live here and I've never seen it before. Like, this is so cool. So everyone was just like standing out there, like watching. So the problem was I was trying to get a video of it, but they're so fast. Like you can hear them and a split second later they're gone. Like they are going so fast. But anyway, I got a little bit of a video that I sent to Hayden. And then there's one of a plane and he was like the smoke guy that like was going up and around and making like these big smoke like ring things and all that. So I got him too. So anyway, do you got that to play? All right. So yeah, this is my experience yesterday.
That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy? And that doesn't do it justice. Like I wish you could have felt. And before there were 6 of them, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's that guy. He just kept whizzing around, blowing smoke everywhere.
That's crazy. Did you watch the new Top Gun movie?
Yes.
I loved it.
I know.
It's like top 5 movie for me, probably.
So here's where I'm at with it because I, grew up watching the old Top Gun movie and the nostalgia of that is certainly still there for me. But the new one I love in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like I didn't watch the old one until like I heard there was a new one and then like my mom was like, "Oh, you have to watch it." So like we all watched it, like my whole family did. And like I think I like the second one better and I know like
probably because it's just more modern.
Yeah, that's probably it. Like I liked the old one, it was good, but I felt like there was more of like a mission to the second one and it was more like something to like root for, you know what I mean? But the first one was really good too. I liked them both.
Well, I think obviously technology is better and and I guess the first one had more of like a different storyline of, you had the love story and then you had, Goose getting killed and you had all of these emotions and feelings and whatever. And I feel like, the second one was more like they had a military mission to do.
Yeah.
And
that's
what they were doing.
I know after like Goose died in the first one, I was really expecting them to do that again in the second one to someone.
That's what I said. And then please don't kill anyone.
I know. I thought Tom Cruise was going to die. Because, like, he kind of did. Like, at that one part, they thought that he was dead, and I was like, oh, my gosh.
They've killed Tom Cruise.
I was like, Tom Cruise is dead. But, no. I'm holding out for a third one, if we're being honest, because...
I think they're talking about it. I heard that on the news the other day. Yeah.
I loved Phoenix, the girl, because I was like, girl power. I was like, yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, and that's what, as we were driving up the highway, and this thing's, like, whizzing over our head back and forth, like 7,000 miles an hour... which you saw how fast that was, and that was like the slowest they were going that I could actually get a video. I was like asking Jamie, I was like, do you have any desire to like learn to fly a plane? Like that seems like that would be so cool.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. I'm like, well, I do. Yeah. Like I think, one of my really good friends is a pilot and she flew down here to see me one day and I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah, you can just
like it was like I like cried. I was like, this is so cool. I'm so proud of you.
No, I definitely like after I watched Top Gun, I was like, should I just be a Navy fighter pilot?
Yeah.
But I was like, not sure I could live on a boat. Do they live on boats? I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of think so. Well, I guess
Navy,
it depends on
right?
what you're doing. Yeah.
I don't know.
And a naval aviator. I am a naval aviator.
Yeah. I can have a cool, like, call sign, or what do they call them? Call name, or...
What does that say?
It was the Thunderbirds. The show is the 14th through the 16th.
Oh, okay. I'm too old. I can't see that far.
Details here. Oh, okay.
ColumbusAirshow.com. Okay,
That's
thanks,
cool.
James. That's awesome. And I didn't get videos of it, but I think there were, like, other planes... Just where we were at was just perfect for like everybody was flying over us, but there were like some older planes that were flying in and whatever. And I think they were just, everyone was kind of like arriving.
Yeah.
And there was like a big old military looking plane that flew overhead. And yeah, it was really neat. But yeah, I think it would be so fun to learn. Like, how freeing would that be? We were talking about driving. Like,
I know,
imagine,
yeah.
I'm just going to go get in my plane and fly
somewhere.
the Outer Banks or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
I think also that, like, I'm one of those people, like, I'm not afraid of like, flying. Like, speaking, like, commercial now. Like, I'm not afraid of flying, but I just don't like it. Like, it's just a process. And, like, if I had my own small little plane.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't have to go through TSA and all that crap?
Yeah.
Because flying... So you didn't live in a world when flying was fun. Cheryl here knows. Like...
Didn't have to take off your shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Flying used to be fun. Like, there were fun, like, little restaurants in the airport, and everybody made it fun. Like, you just showed up at the airport, and it was relaxing, and you had to go through security. You didn't even have to show your driver's license when I was growing up. Like, you didn't have to do any of that stuff until, like, 9/11, basically.
Yeah.
Or a little bit before that, they started getting a little stricter. So, you haven't lived in a world when flying was, like, a fun thing. And... they gave everybody a meal on the plane, and like it was a thing. Like you got a sandwich and chips or something.
They gave pretzels.
They do.
Actually,
lots of pretzels.
Our flight though, Hayden, they didn't, because they were like, it's such a short flight, we're just not going to, because it was just to Chicago.
Oh.
So, but California, they gave us stuff. We had layovers, and I don't like layovers either.
Yeah, that's a pain in the butt too.
Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, it's a cool experience just to get to do stuff like that. But it can be stressful, I guess.
Yeah, no, like it seems like every time I go to an airport now, it just gets worse. Like parking and traffic, and it's just there's always construction, and you're like, I just need to get there. Why is this elevator closed? And
yeah,
why?
Me and Hayden like going on the moving sidewalk things. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Do you walk on the moving sidewalk, or do you just ride?
Most of the time, yeah.
We walk. I walk because I feel like I'm really fast.
You're so fast.
I'm like, look at me. I'm moving
look at me go.
2 times the speed I was before.
Exactly.
Mr. Bowman, our physics teacher, he says that people use escalators and moving sidewalks the wrong way. He said they're meant to like make you faster, so like you're supposed to still walk up them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like if I get on an escalator, I'm not escalator.
Escalator, no, I'm not going to walk on.
No.
Moving sidewalk,
I would.
yes.
Yeah. Because for me, like how do you say it?
Escalator.
Yeah, that. It's like
yeah, that.
It's like a way for me to get out of walking upstairs. Like my legs just don't burn, and so I'm not gonna just. I don't know. It kind of takes away the point.
It's like a nice little break for a
Yeah.
second. Yeah, I feel you. Plus, you've typically got like a bag, so how are you just the ka-clunk up the thing? Like no.
Yeah.
For
sure. But,
well, hey, we got to get out of here, kid.
yeah, we're over.
No way. We talk too much.
What? We don't talk that much.
We don't talk that much.
No.
Well, girlfriend, it was really good spending the morning with you. And thanks to Tanya for coming in and hanging as well. And we will be back tomorrow with some special guests and some news. So we'll get to do that. But have a great day. Stay cool out there. Again, make sure that you check on your neighbors and your friends and your pets and mom and dad and all of the people. Make sure if they don't have some air, maybe offer it up if you do. So
if you're outside, wear sunscreen. Don't get sunburn.
Thank you. And hydrate.
Yes, that too.
Lots of hydrate. All right. We will see you right back here tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.